Hey, what's up guys? Lindsay here. Got X-Men Red #1. I know we've all been waiting on this. So let's just look at this. We're bringing this Faces thing kind of back. We got Lady Wolverine with a scarf around her neck for some reason, and some other people here. Now, everybody's been seeing this advertisement for X-Men Red. I think she looks kind of dope, especially with this, like, her face peeking out of this. It's not a cowl, but it's like some Gambit looking thing. Like, it's pretty 90s. I'm into it. Even, like, I don't know why she needs some shoulder pads that look like keyboard caps, but, you know, whatever. It works. It works for me. And she's got her sternum armor here. Not sure, but you know what? I kind of like this look. You know what? I'm into it enough. Now, I'm going to skip the first page. It's just a little girl mutant, and Jean wakes her up, and she's like, they're coming. They're coming. So we'll cut to this. See a little girl who's like jumping out of her house, and we see an angry mob here. Now I gotta wonder here, is like when they were getting the mob together, were they just like, hey, who wants to go shoot a fucking kid? And all these people are like, fuck yeah. Also, it's raining and they have torches. Also, when are angry mobs gonna learn that everyone's gonna see you coming a mile away when you got flaming torches? Like, if you want to angry mob someone, don't do torches. That way you can get, like, way closer and then definitely kill that fucking kid. But this is just, like, you know what I'm saying? And, we find out that one of the people who are shooting at her is her mother, and it calls her an abomination. And then all these people are like, bang, 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 bang. It's like, whoa, whoa. Is that necessary? Like, look, I know we all gathered here to kill this fucking kid, but this seems excessive. Like, I guess all these people, like, haven't killed a kid in a while, so they're like, I'm just gonna fucking shoot in the general direction of a child. And of course, Jean comes in, and wow, that's, something's a little bit of a miss here. Now I know the cover artist is generally different than the artists on the interiors, but this, I'm not especially into it. This look, it's the same, but it's different. And, so she saves the kid. We see Nightcrawler is also on the team. They're not a team yet, but Nightcrawler's there. Ooh, Jean, you're looking a little bit. And then we see, this is my first encounter with, I know her name is Wolverine, but it's also like Wolverine with the, you know, so I'm just gonna call her Lady Wolverine, and I didn't know that she only has 2 claws, so it's like that claw wage gender gap, y'all. So of course Kurt gives her his hand, and it's like, it's a thing at the end of my wrist. Yeah, it's 3 fingers, but it's still a hand. I always like to think he has Ninja Turtle hands here. They rescue her. And boom, right here, great white shark. What? I was kind of into this story. I know we're only like 3 pages in, but I was already getting out of it, and bam, there's a shark here. And then we see what is, you know, presumably going to be our team. This guy, Gentle, I've never heard of. Namor, Nightcrawler, Jean, Trinary, never heard of you. Honey Badger, never heard of you. And what? She says, he can't hurt you. I call him Harold. So wait. You're telling me there's a mutant that controls a shark named Harold? Why has no one told me about this? What? Where are my friends? Someone should have told me. But why is he being controlled by a mutant who goes by Honey Badger? Look, I know sharks, and they don't fraternize in the wild. I don't know. Also, the perspective is off here. Like, look, they're all pretty close together, and this guy's presumably huge. And Jean's only like a couple steps ahead of him, so, but then Namor is smaller. It just looks kind of off, you know? Like, he should be bigger, Namor should be taller, Jean should probably be a little bit smaller. It's just like, I don't know. And then, of course, there's Harold back there. She says you're in Cerebro, which is their Cerebro base. Apparently that's 3,000 feet down. And then we get this. This is such a waste of space. Look at this. This is unnecessary. It's just an X. This is issue #1. Nothing's happened yet. It's this huge page. But then we're greeted by who's going to be probably our X-Men Red team. Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Namor, Lady Wolverine, and Honey Badger. Cool. Cool. Has its moments. Cosplay. And you. She must have been made when, like, people were losing their minds over honey badgers, I guess. Like, honey badger don't give a fuck, I think was the meme. And then I'm going to skip pages, but we see these two guys are carjacking a woman. Now, there are so many carjacking scenes in comics, I'm just like, what are the ratios of that in real life? Like, yeah, cars get stolen for chop shops, but literally, just like, literally actually carjacking? What are the ratios on that? I don't understand. And of course, it's a mom, and they carjack her and her baby's in the back. And I have to wonder, like, moms are always leaving their baby behind. It's like, women are always leaving their kids in the car when the car gets stolen. That's been used in movies a ton. Women are always leaving their babies in burning buildings. It's just like, all these women be leaving their babies just hoping something's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And of course, so they're driving away. They see the baby. Baby starts to scream. They realize it's some kind of mutant baby, and it blows out all the windows, all the surrounding windows. Pretty cool. Then Honey Badger and Lady Wolverine, they come up, and the baby just goes even louder, even crazier, and burns Lady Wolverine's mouth that she put on his face. It's like, holy shit, this baby is insane. And Jean and Kurt Nightcrawler show up, and Jean does her voodoo on the baby, and she's like, it's on this other page I'm not going to show because those copyright gods, man. But she says, his name is Toby. Would a kid this young know his name? I don't know about baby intelligence. It's like, it's okay, there's nothing to be scared of, baby. Like, is a baby just responding to the calmness of her voice? Or what? And then we get this panel of just like her rescuing a baby. It doesn't do anything for me because I don't really care about babies or kids. This probably means a lot to somebody. I don't know. And then she comforts the mother, but you got think about it this way, right? This mom has just, I don't want to say experienced something traumatic, right? She just got her car jacked and her baby stolen for like a minute, so calm down. But it's an event. Like, you know what, this mom will be talking about, she'll be getting so much mileage out of this story for the rest of her life. Like, being a mother is so hard, you gotta be worried about carjackings and all that gross mom shit. But when someone experiences something like that, you don't want to hit them with a lot of words, because it's just like, it's too much, it's just sensory overload, right? And just Jean hits her with all these paragraphs. It's like, mutant powers don't usually come on until adolescence, but they can occasionally manifest earlier, especially under great stress. I've given him a psychic suggestion to not cry so much, which should have the added benefit of letting you get more sleep with a newborn. Just say, I calmed him down. And so she says, and I've had a quick telepathic conversation with my associate Hank McCoy. He believes he can make Toby a dampener necklace in a range of different colors. And then Honey Badger, this is her shining moment for me. I've never encountered you before, lady. You can control a shark. Hit me with something good, girl. I'm rooting for you. Fashion shouldn't be ignored when nullifying destructive screaming powers. Honey Badger, you have failed. You have failed the test. So it's like, it didn't even have a telepathic, I mean, I guess you wouldn't technically have to show it because it's a telepathic conversation, but you didn't. And I guess you're just letting me know that Hank McCoy is in this. Well, I think it's just regular canon, so whatever. And of course the mom's like, thank you. I'm dealing with a lot of shit right now. Of course, Jean just can't stop flapping her gums. This is only temporary. Once he's old enough, we can begin working with him on controlling his powers at the Xavier Institute. And then she busts out like a bunch of very beautiful laminated brochures. Do kids have to pay for the Xavier Institute? I feel like. But then we get this foreshadowing of, but Amy, there will be public fallout for this. I'm sorry. I'll be monitoring. Also, did this baby kill the carjackers? Toby the baby? Like, because I didn't show it, but she blasts this, but Toby's not a girl name. Triggered. But That's not. She blasts the roof off of this vehicle, and it's like, those guys are probably dead. They're probably dead. And then also this, and Wolverine lives nearby. Yeah, let me get help from this person. Also, skeleton hand. That's what the baby did to Lady Wolverine. Skeleton hand, just blasted off. Okay, and then we see a little bit of the fallout. Because, you know, it's not a comic in modern day if you don't have some sort of news outlet. So we got this angry Republican, am I right? That was no baby. From the moment of its conception, it was a ticking time bomb. And of course, this very articulate lady says, he's a child, Harold. 10 fingers, 10 toes. What about the babies who don't have that many of each of those things? Are they not babies? Carol? No, I don't know her name, but it's something like that. And a voice that can shatter windows and eardrums. Then what do you propose? The United Nations is already set up to meet to discuss the rise in mutant-related incidents and this latest threat to our way of life. But I think it's obvious to anyone with half a brain that it's time for genetic testing in utero. What could that possibly mean? Oh, a quick aside. I don't know if... Just pretend mutants are real. I don't know if we could ever get to that level because, for instance, I know that in India and maybe China, definitely India, it's illegal. They still do it. They definitely still do it. But it's illegal to test for the gender of your baby. Because I know China gets a lot of shit about leaving girl babies on the back roads of China. But India does that shit too. So much that it's a law. And the way they get rid of their girl babies is they, like, put them in the ground and pour acid on them. You think I'm fucking lying, but I am not. It's a real thing. So they make it illegal for doctors to check, because they know once they see that girl baby, they're like, I don't want to pay a dowry. Fuck that. But, so I'm saying in the real world, we have countries where it's illegal to check for gender, so would we ever make it to where you could check for mutants? Maybe, because mutants are... you know, theoretically way more dangerous than girl babies. But I just, you know, it's just some weird thing that I know just thinking about it. And so Carol over here says, for what purpose? If an unborn child is found to have the mutant gene, what will be done? Exactly what should be done. Baby, abortions, everyone. Now my question is, this guy obviously, Harold, this guy obviously, he wants to kill a mutie baby. I think we can all agree, it's a damn good time. But, what's more fun? Just killing it while it's in the womb with a regular old plain abortion? Like, there's no real payoff from that. Wait till it's born, kill it in the nursery, or group them all together and we have mutant hunts. Like, there's an industry that could be made here. Let's not just throw these dead mutie baby carcasses in the trash. We can do medical experimentation. We can do a lot of stuff with these mutant babies. So let's hold off. Just like, I know mutant abortions are fun, but there's more creative ways we can get rid of these bastards. So, Jean is watching this and she's like, I've been gone too long to watch the world through a screen. I need a different perspective. So the perspective she takes is to go up in the clouds, you know, where all the information is. That just now hit me. It's like, okay. And then she says, I've never felt the world so angry, so divided. I can hear you. I can hear your pain. You get that? Do you get that now? It's like about today. Do you understand what she's saying? Your fear, your anxiety. I want to help. I don't know how, but I'll learn. That's good that she's coming back and she wants to, you know, put the entire world on her shoulders. But so the way she does that is, I'm going to skip these pages, but she goes to various nations, Turkey, Pakistan, East Timor, Wakanda, and what she ends up doing is she ends up getting like the greatest minds. Look, she gets a whole room full of people. And she's like artists, scientists, psychologists, doctors, mathematicians, authors, historians, educators, engineers, humanitarians, activists. Yeah, that one's a little bit less. Leaders and Nobel Peace Prize winners. All of you have once-in-a-generation minds. That's like a really weird way to phrase that because there's literally a room full of these people. But what she does is, it's actually kind of cool what she does, is she's looking for solutions to this whole, you know, mutant holocaust, impending holocaust. So she goes into all their minds. And then she cuts to the next page. She goes to Kurt and she's like, look, Kurt, I have an idea I want to show you. I'm just going to show this one panel because look at this. Look at Jean. I swear to God, she stole a cereal box at some point and shoved it up her shirt. And then she's like, damn, I don't have time to go home. Hopefully Kurt doesn't notice I've got some Life cereal smuggled in my hoodie. So she shows Kurt her plan. He actually lets out a single tear, which is the most meaningful way to cry, is a single tear. He's like, it's beautiful, but people aren't going to like it. So she heads off to Atlantis, where Namor comes in on his, like, corally throne, but not, like, some leaf stuff. She's like, I'm building something, Namor. I would like you to be a part of it. Of course, Namor is such a badass. He doesn't want to do this. You want to be an X-Men? I don't have time to play here. I'm a king. I have far larger responsibilities. She said, you are a mutant leading a nation. And I'm not here for you alone. I wish it were that simple, but I'm heading to the United Nations, and I need a country behind me. So Jean's got some large plans working here. Cut to her at the United Nations. She's there to speak on behalf of mutant kind, and then she says this, which you'll see why I'm reading this. I think it's fair to say every time power decides to discuss dealing with a minority without involving the minority in the conversation, it ends badly. Now, it's got the word minority in there and the word conversation in there, and I can see how you would want to go with talking about some SJW stuff, but I don't think this is that bad. Like let's just take black on black crime, right? We can talk about that all, not me, but whoever can talk about that all they want, but you're not going to find any solutions unless you include the black community. You know what I'm saying? So, this makes sense to me, but the way it's worded is, like, not even clever or anything. It's just, but I don't have a problem with that. I understand, yeah. And basically what she wants to do is she wants the United Nations to recognize mutants as a group. And, of course, this is the ambassador from the UK, so Theresa May in real life. So Theresa May says, you're a species, not a nation. You are stateless. And she's right. Because I don't know if you can treat mutants as a group, because they're so different. There are a variety of people, and a variety of different powers. There's so much variation. There's people who probably have the gene but never develop. It's like, I don't know if you could treat them as a nation, really, because you'd have language barriers, just straight up distance. I don't know. And she's like, look, everyone treats us as if we are a nation, so it's time for us to be treated like that. And of course, Theresa May, she's not into it, but I'm not going to show it, but Namor stands up. He says Atlantis stands with the mutant nation. Wakanda stands with the mutant nation. You're like, oh, okay, I see what she was doing before meeting with everybody. But it's like, you're going to need more numbers than that, Jean. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Come on. And then we're on the outside. We're on the outside of the United Nations. And it's weird that Lady Wolverine is in her costume and Honey Badger, like, and what is this deal with her costume? Is it supposed to look like Wolverine? Because it does, and then she looks like Wolverine in X-Force or something, but I don't know why she's just not dressed regular, I guess. But then Theresa May comes out and she's like, look, Britain does need allies, but there's a problem. And then you can tell that she's evil because the way her features darken. You are not in control. You are not the Phoenix anymore. You cannot rise, not against the true power. She's like, I'm quite annoyed. I was working on something and you've completely ruined this ambassador for me. So now we know that it's not really the ambassador. It's a person in a skin suit or something. So Jean's like, what the fuck? And then she starts going crazy. And then this panel is kind of like cheap. Like, she's yelling no and it doesn't even look that great. And then Theresa May here, we get to see her elbow. Like, she goes from clutching her head to this. Like, come on, man, give me something. And of course her fucking head explodes while Jean's hand is extended toward her. And of course everyone thinks that she did it, because when you're a telepath, and if you're a mutant, don't stretch your arm out toward anyone ever, because it will be taken as a sign. A threatening sign. The UN soldiers start shooting at them. Kurt comes in, he transports them all out, and we get this final page of this person holding a sentinel helmet, and they say, oh, look at that. They say this because they're unimaginable, weak-willed sheep. I am Cassandra Nova, and I can control what's in a person's head. And I gotta tell you, Cassandra, I've never seen you before, but girl, you gotta get a new look. You kind of look like a Watcher. Kind of look like a Guardian. You kind of look like my grandfather's corpse. You kind of look like just a dick. You look like a dickhead. Come on, Cassie, get your shit together. And then they're all just sort of, you know, all together, not knowing what to do. I can make them see red. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This didn't blow me away. I kind of just want the X-Men to have, like, cool adventures and not just be, like, politics and everybody hates mutants. Let's just have a day where people don't hate mutants. Let's just have a day. Also, I got a couple subscribers, so the way we say that where I live, appreciate you. Appreciate it, y'all. That's too much for me, but thanks for that. If you're watching this, comment below about how you would prefer to kill those mutant babies. Would you just do a regular baby abortion, or would you do some sick sadistic shit, like hunt them? Alright, bye.